Hi there, welcome to Colors. I'm Erica. On today's weekend whip video, I'm going to be working on a couple of different whips that I have going on. One is in a steampunk special. I've got another one that I just started in Rita Rowan's Africa book. I'm kind of wanting to work on, I want to finish the one in steampunk and then work a little bit more on the Africa one. So we'll get to that here in a second. I'm going to take a sip of my drink really quick. And I want to share with you some new markers I got today. I have seen some of the, like the brush paint markers around different places, and I didn't really have any. So I thought that I would try these out. These are from Shuttle Art. It's the pastel set of 28. I have not really tried them out at all, but I thought that I would open them up here with you guys and maybe kind of try out a couple of them. The colors look really pretty. I don't know if you guys can see that. That looks really pretty. All right, so let's grab like a really light pink. Let's see. Do they have color names? No. No numbers, no color names, so it's just based on the cap. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I can just kind of keep them in order in a case somewhere, and they should be fine, right? All right, let's try these guys out, and let's just see what they're like. So each end, one side is a fine tip. So there's that, and they already have the paint ready to go. That's what it said on the when I was reading it. And then there's the brush, so it should be good to go. So let's see how this works. Let's see. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see. Yeah, so this is just like a regular piece of printer paper. Well, that's the fine tip. That looks nice. It says I don't have to shake it or prime anything, that everything's ready to go. Huh. Those are lovely. I mean, just coloring with them is fine. I wonder how they would be if I'm needing to like cover up black lines or something. Wonder how that would go. Yeah, they dry matte. That looks nice. All right, let's try out just really quick. I just want to see. So I'm just gonna grab a page here. Here, we'll just do this little guy, and I'm gonna go ahead and use the little tip to try to cover up the black lines on the sun. Okay, so this is not going to completely cover up the black lines, it doesn't seem like. So we're going to let that sit for a minute and see if maybe it would take a couple of coats before it'll cover it up. Let's see how the like filling the inside of the whole thing would be, how that would go. Oh, sorry, I was almost off screen there, wasn't I? I always forget about that. Okay, so, I mean, it's not terrible. There's not really any way to get more paint out, so you would definitely have to use this with like multiple layers of stuff to really cover up the black lines. I'm wondering if, let's see, if I went over top of this with a white Posca first, just trying to see how I can get this to be like as covered as possible. Like, I don't mind a little bit of the black showing through, but really the paint pens for me are to cover up the black lines. So it wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense for me to get something like this or use something like this if it's not gonna cover up the black lines. They do fill in the large areas very well. So like on, like if you have those really cool Disney color by number books, these would probably work really well in those books because there's not really, it's not super streaky. And it's pretty opaque. It's pretty thick. There's not like a bunch of white showing through the page. Okay, let's see. This is probably dry. So no, that's not going through. Yeah, it didn't work with the white, so we'll just try it with the yellow, with the brush tip instead. And that works pretty well. All right, let's see if it'll work with my Prismacolor, because sometimes if I outline the lines with a waxy pencil, that prevents the paint from soaking into the page quite as much. I don't know if that's going to work for this guy or not, but it's always fun to try out new things. Yeah, that looks to be about the same as the last couple. Oh, well. Well, okay, so hi. I guess I should say that, huh? I just keep forgetting that. That's one of the first things that you should say when you're talking to people, Erica. Hi, how are you all? I hope you are doing wonderfully well. I'm having a wonderful Friday so far. I think that looks all right. I can finish that up. I'm just going to do it with the brush tip. I like the brush tip better, I think. Maybe it's the paper too. It could be the paper because this is Amazon paper, so it's just like soaking right in. I'll be interested to see how long these last too. But they were relatively inexpensive, so I thought I would try them. They were only like $14 for 28 of them, so I figured I could try them out and see. I'll have these linked in the description too if you guys want to try them out, but yeah, I think that they would be, they're decent. They're not Posca level for sure, but Posca doesn't also have a brush tip that would fill up like a background really nicely. Okay, so anyway, so yeah, hi. It's Friday night here, so I'm a little sleepy. And I have not been able to color all week, you guys, all week. My hand, I mean, it's working okay now. I'm not having any pain right now, which is good because I've been resting it so much this week. I haven't done anything. It's just killing me. I have buddy colors that I want to get done. I have other projects I want to work on, and I can't do anything. Yeah, my hand's just being a jerk. I'm having some trouble with my thumb in particular. And then, of course, like up into this area here always hurts when I color for too long. So, yeah, so just taking it easy. I feel like I probably have done some nerve damage at this point. Like, I've just kind of ignored my pain or the symptoms, you know, the signs that I could be doing some damage, and I'd like, you get in your zone and just kind of keep going. Yeah, so that's probably what I did, and I've just kind of really aggravated something in there. But yeah, definitely probably have some nerve damage going on in there. If it doesn't get better eventually, I will go to a doctor, but I don't wanna. I don't wanna. Okay, well, so there is that on the Amazon paper. Yeah, I think I like it. Be interesting to play with those, because it's like nice and matte now. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I'll get this swatched out and play with them a little bit more. I like it. Okay, let's try it really quick on on this book. I'm just gonna keep playing with these markers this whole time when I really need to work on my whips that I have. All right, let's see, what do I have? What do I have here? Anything that can be colored with the, no, that rat just creeps me out. I know I can make it look decent, I'm sure, but it's just something creepy about it. Let's do this just like whipped cream bit. Yeah, no, let's do this little skirt on the mouse. And we'll do it with the pink. But yeah, so other than that, I've just kind of been hanging out and reading, since I've not been able to color. Which, like I said, has been really frustrating. Anything that I have done has been 100% with alcohol markers or markers like these, or like I'm gonna use some watercolor paint here in a minute to do a little bit of work on a page in that Hannah Lynn page. Not sure I'm a fan of that, but I think I could probably use this and then add some pencil on top and it should be fine. It's another marker option for like base layers and stuff. Maybe. Yeah, I don't hate that. It doesn't bleed through either, so that's good. It dries really fast. Cool. Okay, yeah, those are fun. All right, let me get my other things out. But yeah, there's a lot of nice colors, it looks like. So hopefully those will work and help me with some of my fun projects. Okay, let me set this aside. I'm gonna get this guy out, and then we're gonna do a little bit of metallic watercolor. Okay, so I have this beautiful page that I am almost done with from Hannah Lynn. It's the Steampunk Special, and I did this beautiful lady here. So I'm just gonna add in some watercolor. So I've got some metallic watercolor over here to the side. I'm just gonna do a little bit around the clock face and then on a couple other places. But yeah, so I can chat with you guys while I'm doing this. So instead of being able to, well, so instead of coloring, since I haven't been able to do that, I have been reading. I started a couple of different series, and I'm not sure if I'm going to continue those series or not. But one of them did make me laugh out loud a couple of times, so that's always a good sign in a book. But I just feel like I can see it getting repetitive. But the characters were like pure chaos, and that just made me laugh. So I might do some more, read some more in that series. It's about these group of honey badger shifter sisters. Yeah, it was pretty funny. And it seems like it's part of a very large world that I didn't know anything about. So there's a whole bunch of different books I think that I can read that are all kind of set in this world that the author created. So that would be a nice, nice big chunk of books that I could read if I wanted to. Then I did read, what was the other one I read? The other one was like a dragon series. And I really I like it, but I also don't, because it seems like both of the first two books were very, very similar, and I'm not sure I really care anymore. That's the hard thing, is when if you don't care about what's going to happen to the characters, you're just like, meh, whatever. So the bad guys are going to win. Big deal. But then I did also read a series, and I've devoured the first book, which I'd seen on like Instagram, on like the book Instagram things, and it is called Divine Rivals. And I really loved the first book, like a lot. It was really good, and literally devoured the whole book, but I was very grumpy with the way that it ended, and I am halfway through the second book. It is not as good as the first, but I'm going to keep reading so I know what happens to the two main characters, because it's only 2 books. So that way I don't have to wait 5,000 years to find out what happens. Okay, I feel like I was going to do this someplace else. Maybe I'll do it on the, I've got white on there, but I kind of like this gold color up there a little bit too. Let's see. Do I want it on there? Just going to do a little bit, because I do have pencil down already, so it's going to try to resist what I'm putting the watercolor on. Okay, so then I want to do the little outside border too. So yeah, I will try to remember to add all of those titles to the screen as I talk about them. I'm really terrible about remembering to do that, but I feel like those few were probably good ones to share. This Divine Rivals one is another one where it is, there are fantasy elements, but it's also like, it's very different from the books that I normally read. There aren't like vampires or werewolves or anything in it, but there are gods and goddesses and like mythical creatures and stuff a little bit, but they're not like main characters or the main focus. The gods are, but yeah, it's still kind of a fantasy basis for a story, but like I said, it's not what I've been reading typically, and it's still very romantic, but there's little spice, so that was another difference for me, because my books tend to be high spice. And this was a nice change. It reminds me of, it's like a weird mix between, I'm trying to think how I would describe this. It's like a weird mix between When Harry Met Sally, or like You've Got Mail, if you remember those movies, and then like a 1945 war movie mixed together with those. Like, it's just really interesting, and the first book is written so poetically that it just kind of, I don't know. I had been seeing it. It was on Kindle Unlimited, so I was like, I'll just give it a shot. And I tried it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. It was just a beautifully, beautifully written book. And like I said, the second one's not as good so far, but I am reading it so that I can find out what happens to the characters. First book almost had me in tears, though, I will say that. And I don't typically like books that make me cry, because I have enough tendency to break into tears. Like, I mean, I'll watch a commercial and start crying, you know, I don't need any help in the crying department. So I don't really like it when my books do that to me. I want my books to make me laugh and just make me happy. Like, I want those happy ever afters. I want all of that stuff. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn this all the way around because otherwise I'll get my hand all in the watercolor because I am messy. But yeah, really, really loved it. If you have read it and had any thoughts about it, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what you thought about it. Okay, now I'm going to try to think of something else to talk about while I am focusing on watercolor brush things, and that never goes well for me. Let's see. What else? Health-wise, I'm doing a lot better, I think. I still get tired pretty easy, and I typically have only had like enough energy to get like a few things done around the house, but I am able to do a few things, so that's, I mean, that's good, right? That's good news. But like if I, you know, if I have a day where I get to make dinner and I do the dishes and I've done laundry and I've done, you know, like all the typical things that you normally would do for taking care of your household. I'm just completely spent by the end of the day. No! Oh my gosh. I didn't mess it up. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It didn't get on there. Thanks, brush, for not completely ruining my page. Let's see what else. Oh, my sister, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law are celebrating their anniversary. They have been married for 25 years, which is pretty amazing. And then my anniversary is next week. And my husband and I will be married for 23 years. Which just both seems like forever and not any time at all. It goes by so fast, you guys. So fast. People ask me, I mean, I've not been married a long time. Like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like a really long time, but like younger kids will be like, how long have you been married? And I'll say, well, it's coming up on, you know, 20 whatever years. And they're like, oh my gosh, that's forever, because they're still not even that age yet, right? They're like, how did you stay married that long? You know, most people get divorced or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. I said, we got lucky, first of all, I think, that our temperaments kind of meshed well. And I said, and we laugh every day. Like, there's not a day that goes by that either he doesn't make me laugh or I don't make him laugh. And I think that's a big part of it, you know? I really do. Okay, so because I am a messy colorist, so all these places where I've gone over, I'm going to try to fix. It's not going to work with this spot. All right, well, we're just going to leave it because I don't feel like messing with it, and I like the way that it looks, and I like this page. It's cute. I just felt like doing a Hannah Lynn page. I usually do the fantasy faces ones, but I haven't really done anything in her other books for a while, so I thought I would do one. And my daughter, my youngest, picked out, she liked the armadillo, so she said, do one with the armadillo. I'm like, okay, sure. All right, I'm gonna set that aside so it can dry. And I'm gonna grab my Africa book. So this is a buddy color with my lovely friend Jordy. She's already finished her page and it's gorgeous. But I have only done the tiny little bit. Like, I have my palette picked out and I've only done a little bit of marker work. So I thought I would work on that a little bit while I'm here with you guys. I'm going to grab a couple more pinks. And maybe another orange too. I'll be right back. Okay, got some more markers, just a couple more. This will make coloring this easier. I know that I want all of these kind of flowers to be pink. So I have a couple different pinks that I'm gonna work through. And then I don't really know what else I want to be yellow yet. I mean, I know the bee is going to be yellow, so I'll have some yellow down here, a yellow up here. But then I don't know if I want, like, these flowers to be yellow or, like, these flowers to be yellow. I'm trying to decide. Anyway, I know I want these guys to be pink, so we're going to do this really light pink that's going to go on this big flower. So then I can also come back in with some pencils and add in shading and stuff. Okay, sorry. Really have to stop focusing so hard on this stuff. Let's see, what else? Yeah, just been doing, like I said, a lot of reading. A lot of just, you know, doing stuff around the house. Whatever I can to rest my stupid hand. That's been really the main focus. So, yeah, so I'm still planning on doing the 2 videos that I want for this month. So I will have a color along in Johanna Basford's World of Flowers. And then I will also have, let's do this guy. Then I will also have an Amazon Inktense video. I'll do a full color along with Inktense. Now, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to use like the Tombow blender, or if I'm just going to go ahead and go for it with straight Inktense and not do anything else. Like, I could totally prep the page and that would work fine, but I'm not even sure if I'm going to do that much. Okay, yeah, because, you know, the Inktense don't always work out super great on regular old Amazon paper, but if you prepare them, you can usually get some pretty awesome results. So yeah, I'm still trying to decide how I'm going to do it. Okay, that is going to get some, and then, okay. So I like that one. Let's see, there's another kind of weird looking one up here. I feel like that should just all be like the inside part of the flower, but I'm going to make it all pink. I feel like there should be another darker pink flower on that side, but I don't know which one to do. I'm just going to go ahead and do this one, I like it. Just gonna go ahead and color this whole guy in. But yeah, so the only videos so far that I released was last weekend's weekend whip, and I was super worried that you guys were gonna not like it, but I got a lot of comments saying that you really liked it because it was like a planning type video, since my wrist and hand were not being super nice. So yeah, I got some planning done, and you guys seem to like that. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna do these flowers are all gonna be orange. Yeah, these ones are all going to be orange. Hopefully I can make them look cool Maybe I should do a lighter orange. I don't really have a lighter orange marker in the water-based markers. I just have these darker oranges. I could probably use the other end of this marker, but it's not really like, it's more like a yellow than an orange, but we can try. We'll try it on this other, on one of these other big flowers. We'll try it with this one. I just know it's really close to that yellow, so, but I guess that's okay. That's still pretty orange. Yeah, I was not quite sure what color palette I wanted to go with, and then I saw that beautiful image on this beautiful image here. And I was like, oh, that's gorgeous. And then I found some other very cool painted like huts, and thought that those were gorgeous. And then I found those protea, however you say it, those flowers, picture of those. And so that's kind of where my inspiration is coming in for this page. Okay, I do like this one, but I think I'm going to go back to the darker orange, and then I'll do a light orange over here. Yeah, that seems like the right move. I am a little anxious to get back to my reading because like I said, I've not been doing any coloring, so I did take a break in reading this second book to come in record this for you guys, because I wanted to make sure that there was a weekend whip video. But yeah, I really want to find out what happens. I'll probably stay up way too late trying to finish that book. But it'll be worth it, right? Totally worth it. Okay, maybe I do these guys. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to do these guys with this light orange. I guess I don't have to do all of them in the same, but it just helps when you color similar elements in the same color. It just kind of helps. Okay, so those guys are done. Let's do this one. We'll probably add in like a pink to that as well, maybe. We do have spring break coming up this month, so I might have a little bit of a break this month. I don't know. We'll see how things go. My son is also going to be able to go and visit his girlfriend, which he's very excited about. She does not live in the same state as we do, and they're going to be able to go and hang out and see each other in there. I think it's going to be really good. I know he's excited, but the point of that is I'll have my basement back for a couple days. I'll be able to color whenever I want. All right, I'm going to use this yellow. We're going to go ahead and color in this flower here with the yellow. I'm going to use this lighter yellow. Do I want that color? I don't know. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and do it. I can add in pencils to darken things up. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to do these flowers with this yellow. So you can kind of see how I'm spacing things out, different colors out around the page. It's always a good rule to keep in mind, to just kind of move things around. Use the same color in multiple places. And despite what I did here, try not to have them all be like right next to each other. I'm just going to double check that I'm not bleeding. No. Good. We did it. Okay. I'm going to use this dark pink. We're going to do this on this one. Just going to go ahead and color this whole thing in. Yeah, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with the background here yet. I did love the way that my buddy, she did a whole circle behind it with a really beautiful blue color, and it looks awesome. Especially with the palette that she picked out. It looks really cool. But I just don't know yet. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do a bunch of green, if I'm going to have, I don't know. Oh, I was going to color that light orange color, wasn't I? Well, that's going to be dark orange now. Darn it. Oops. I love using markers when I can. It really just makes the page go so much faster. Okay, so we have this little guy down here. We could do some orange on that one. I think I will. Just to get that orange color spread around just a little bit more. So it's not all front and center. Maybe a little bit on this little guy. I still have this one to color, but I'm not sure what color I want to do that one yet. It'll probably be a pink. It'll probably be this darker pink, but I don't know. And then this one's going to get the same orangey yellow that those other ones got that look like that. And then I think the high will probably be close to the color from the hut. I think that's my plan. And then we'll have a bunch of different greens. So nice warm greens thrown in here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this middle kind of pink color for this guy. Some of these flowers I've never seen before, but I don't know how many of them are actually based on like real flowers or if they're just all straight from Rita's imagination. She's got such a lovely way of drawing that, you know, I'm fine with either way. Okay. Yep, so I think I'm going to leave it there. Oh, I have one little tiny guy up here, which we'll do another one with this orange. Yeah, so then I just have a couple of flower centers, the leaves. Not too much left on here, but a lot of that's going to be, I'll do some marker work for the leaves and stuff, but then I do have to come in with my pencils, and that's where it starts to get iffy. But look how cute the little hut is. I like it so far. Of course, it'll have pencil shading and stuff, but I really like the marker work on there. Okay, so yeah, so that's it for me today. Got some of this done. And then I got this gorgeous page all done. All the nice shiny bits on it. So yeah, so that's it for me today. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate you showing up. And until next time, I'll see you later.